Kevin's Corner, where I try to make sense out of nonsense. Yeah, man. And it's almost showtime. So please hit the like button, share my videos, follow me on all the other social media platforms. I want to jump right in tonight, but I need y'all to go ahead and verify that y'all can hear me, because last time I realized my sound wasn't coming out of that microphone. It sounded distant and hollow. So you know what? I might have to do a self-check. This is going to sound weird, so just bear with me for a second here. I got a commercial plan. I got a commercial plan on my own video. Let's see here. And boop, I'm going to have to skip it. All right, now let's see. Can I hear myself? Because I don't want this one to, unfortunately, not have good sound quality. So, all right. Oh, you know what? All right, how's this work here? All right. Check one. Hello, 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 hello. That's a shame. I don't know how to work my own equipment, and I skipped my commercial for nothing. Anyway, can y'all hear me? Somebody said, awesome catching you live. Yeah, sweet. Checky check. Can y'all hear me? Does it sound like it used to sound? Because I don't want that muffled, distant sound. Somebody said, I can hear you just fine. Good. Okay, audio is good. Good. Because we got a lot of stuff to go over. So I won't tarry. I want to go ahead and get loose so I can get busy, because I'm about to blast. I'm all up in the Democrats and jive turkeys. Oh, wait a minute. Like real Godzilla. Get some Jesus in the building. Gorillas in here, gorilla in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Yeah, man. So, just in case this is your first time joining the show, I do have a store with merch. You can check that store out. If you text MAGA to 330-974-4607, then this way, just in case they don't like what I'm saying here, we can at least have a way of staying in touch. I'll lock you in. And also, if you want to support the channel through my Cash App or PayPal, you can do that. The links are below each video. Now, we all know what's happening tomorrow. We also know what's been going on these last couple of weeks with early voting and everything like that. We also can anticipate and have anticipated a lot of shenanigans going on as well. Fiddling with the polls, trying to make it seem like, oh, what there, she done made a comeback and all of that stuff. Little shenanigans like that, psychological games, all the attacks on Trump when it comes down to he said this, he said that. I mean, they got some narratives out there that I'm saying, wow, y'all have really outdone yourselves when it comes down to being a fake news. The same fake news is always talking about missing disinformation and stuff. And it's been lie after lie about what Trump has said, taking it out of context. We all know it. We all know that that was coming, maybe to the degree that we've seen it. But I don't put nothing past them at this point. And I still don't put nothing past them when it comes down to tomorrow. Even though we're looking good in the polls, early voting and stuff like that, you know the dirty Dems always got a trick up their sleeve. And we got to be diligent when it comes down to it. We got to be out there, Johnny on the spot. I don't care what happens tomorrow in your neighborhood or your city. I don't care if it snows all the way up to your nose. You better get yourself out there and start the shoveling and get there and get to that poll and go straight down the ballot. No time to be talking about that way. You know what? Let's share some things that the Democrat, Republican. Nope. It's not time to go ahead and partner up with the enemy. And I'm calling them the enemy because they got bad intentions for our country. And we're going to prove it tonight. So we got, until tomorrow evening at 7 for some folks out there to hear this video and change their mind. We don't want people to be like creepy, sleepy, sleazy, slimy, sloppy Joe when they voted for this dude and found out 4 years later that dude has no brains. And then they got to sit back and go, I can't believe I ain't see all that. I'm here to save them from that. I'm here to save them the embarrassment. There it is. So I'm going to make my final case of why you should vote for Trump and why you should vote against Kamala. And I ain't going to just make it myself. I'm going to use other people because the Democrats are getting blasted by everybody. They're making my argument for me. Dang on it. And I'm going to sit back and let these people make the argument and I'm going to co-sign. I'm going to be their hype man. Okay. I got some clips for y'all that's going to drive it home. So with that being said, before we do that, guys, we're going to miss this guy. We have to definitely go ahead and check out one last gaffe from Creepy, Sleepy, Sleazy, Slimy, Sloppy Joe, so that all of those will have a good idea of what you voted for the last time if you voted for Joe. See, you don't want to do that anymore, because I'm going to be letting you have it 3 years from now when you realize, oh, well, I voted for Kamala Harris. So this is your big chance to, stay off my hit list when it comes down to me ripping you over your voting choices. But here it is. One last gaffe from Creepy Sleepy. This is a good one, y'all. Check it out. He's trying to
Remember the last guy when he was president, he said we have retired. We have every week. We have infrastructure week.
Anybody get that? Anybody get that? Hold on. Let me go back. All right. Let's see here. Little more. There we go. Come on, just a little. Here we go. All right. He said one last gaffe. Oh wow, thank you, Mousy. He said one last gaffe to what the people, the infrastructure is. Here we go. Say it again, Joe. I'm gonna miss all these gaffes, y'all. They make me laugh.
Remember the last guy when he was president, he said we have retired. We have every week. We have infrastructure week.
Wow. No wonder they took him off the campaign trail. Now, you have to understand, this is the guy just a few months ago they were telling us that was fine. And Kamala Harris, Exhibit A, why you shouldn't vote for her. She watched this guy in this condition for 4 years. She knew he was in that condition. And she walked out to that microphone every time they would question his intelligence, his mental capacity, and would lie straight to all of your voters, their voters. Yeah, we'll lie to them. They weren't lying to us, because we all knew. We all was like, man, that dude's blew out. I mean, I knew he was blew out before he ran, before he announced. But they lied to all of their voters for almost 4 years until they couldn't lie anymore. And then she finally had to come out, and she still hasn't confessed that she knew about his condition and just overlooked it. But you know what the confession is? The confession is her behavior. The fact that they have removed this guy's privileges. They don't want him to be on the telephone. He ain't allowed to take no calls this week, because he came out and said the quiet part out loud last week when he said, only garbage I see floating out there is the Trump supporters. That right there sealed his fate. They was like, okay, no more playtime for you, Joe. No more chocolate chip. Go somewhere and sit down. But I, for one, feel that they should let Creepy continue to run off that leash. Don't be suppressing Creepy. Let him go ahead and be free. So y'all tolerated him all those years by lying to us, and now y'all want to silence that man. Shame on them. But now, guys, I'm also going to give you a taste of what you're going to be looking at tomorrow, because I really believe it's going to be a beatdown. I believe it's going to be a beatdown unless they do something so drastic that it's going to be obvious to everybody that I think some shenanigans went on. But this person I'm about to show y'all might be suffering from the worst case of Trump derangement syndrome that I've ever seen. And if she's like this prior to the election, I can't even see how she's going to be able to cope afterwards, y'all. Check this out. Look at this, y'all.
Donald Trump, I hate you. You will never be president again.
Oh.
You bastard. You costed me my dad. My dad was the most important person in the world to me.
Okay, now wait a minute. Wait a minute. Because right about now, I'm feeling a little bit of cry, baby, cry. Cry, baby, cry. Cry, baby, cry. Yeah, the baby on the bus goes round and round, round and round. Now, where are the tears? No tears? No tears actually coming out? Lots of mush and spit in the mouth, but no tears. Now, this woman is emotionally unstable. How do you get to this point? Because of years of division and lying and manipulating the public, to the point where this woman feels like her and her father can no longer have a relationship because daddy refuses to vote for Kamala Harris. This is the state that the Democrat Party wants to get every American to. The point where they are breaking relationships with people they love. Yeah, because they've been brainwashed to think that Trump is so evil that her dad must be voting for Hitler. And all Trump did is revealed her dad's true colors. No, It revealed the fact that maybe dad raised an emotionally unstable young lady who doesn't realize this is going to be on the internet for the rest of her life. She decided to say, I'm going to go ahead and rant online crying over Donald Trump and disavowing my dad. She ain't done.
Now his colors are finally out.
No, your colors are finally out. Crazy.
I hate you, you orange pumpkin bed.
Now, this is the crazy part about this, man. When you get to this point where you hate somebody and all their supporters like that, isn't it like rational to think that if they wanted to incite folks to act a fool, it would be easy when you have fragile people like this in society? These are the people that vote for Democrats. You don't see us online crying, talking about creepy sleeping. I hate you. And you know what? We don't do that. We might not like results. We might not like what they're doing. I mean, the stuff that the Democrats have been doing for the last 4 years is enough to make videos like this, but we don't do this. So these people are what I would call perfect Democrats. They're at that point where they trust in the party more than they trust in their love, history, relationship with families. And they always out there talking about, we're trying to bring us all together because we have more in common that we have not in common. They're always out here saying this stuff, but they brainwash their people to get to this point where you're online saying stuff like this. I mean, heck, if I'm sitting there watching them all week talk about Trump's having a rally up in Madison Square Garden, and suspiciously, there was another rally that took place up there in 1939. It was the Nazi Party. Hitler. There you go. See the parallel? See? Then you get people like this. She's busted up.
I hate you, you stupid, failed.
She is like 5 years old emotionally. You stupid body head, you that boo-boo face, you're nothing but a poopy head. Good luck finding a husband. She's in bad shape right now. If she ever matures, she's going to be looking at a way to remove this from the internet, but it's out there now. It's out there now, and it's out here for my pleasures. Out here for my pleasures right here. But I got a gut feeling we're going to be seeing a lot of these videos after tomorrow.
Businessman.
Oh!
Second me.
Wow. Did she realize she just spit on her own camera? That she does realize Trump's not standing in front of her, right? But you see fragile people like this all over the internet that have been manipulated by the left, telling everybody Trump supporters are all white supremacists, we're all Nazis, racists, all of that crap, and then you get this.
You and all of your Trump supporters.
You talking about me?
You.
Oh my. Well, there you have it, y'all. So I'm sure we'll be seeing her again if things go the way I think it's going to go. We'll be seeing her again. I don't know what state we'll be seeing her in, because right there she was almost at the point of no return. Yeah, man, I can't imagine how it's going to be tomorrow if Trump lays the smackdown that I believe he is going to lay. Now let's get into one last look at Kamala, okay, and see either why we should or should not be voting for this woman. Let's just go ahead and take a look at her history, her campaign, just a little montage of her before we move on, because I'm going to make my case through this. Here we go.
So I was raised as a middle-class kid. I grew up a middle-class kid. I believe in the ambition, the aspirations, the dreams of the American people. You know, we have ambitions and aspirations and dreams. The ambition, the aspiration, the dream. I started my career as a prosecutor. I was a career prosecutor for most of my career. Having a background as a prosecutor, I intend to create an opportunity economy, developing and creating an opportunity economy. What I imagine and believe and call an opportunity economy.
Now, red flags should be going off all over the place. You would have to be a Kamala supporter who don't watch any of her interviews. You don't follow any of these speeches right here, because at some point you'll start to realize that she is a Muppet. She's an actress reciting her lines over and over again. She doesn't deviate from the script. That means she's not authentic. That means she's probably not telling the truth. Okay? She's recycling the same talking points. And she's avoiding questions or either answering questions that have nothing to do. Giving answers that have nothing to do with the question. So it sounds like she's just going cookie cutter type interviews. What else? Let's see. Maybe she might break that.
Oh, it is good to be back in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
It really is good to be back in Wisconsin. It is so good to be back in Michigan.
Now, isn't that odd? She says it the same way in everything. Now, how can you buy into this? This woman is obviously adapting to every situation, and she's on repeat. She got it on, auto control right now. She's, you know what? I ain't deviating from this. I'm putting it on, autopilot. And I'm going to keep on saying that. Look at this. Look at these.
I'm clear. The path to the White House runs right through this state.
Through Wisconsin?
And listen, I am clear. The path to the White House runs right through this state.
Through Michigan? She probably don't even know what state she's in. It's just like, Kamala, wherever we take you, whatever state, just say it runs through the state. Don't even try to mention the actual state that you're in, because you could flub that up. That's too much. Takes you off the script. So now, here she is. She's telling each audience the same thing, even though those two things can't be true at the same time. What does that mean? She will tell you anything. She will say anything to win. So now all of a sudden, the path to the presidency goes to Wisconsin. Now I'm in Pennsylvania. Oh, it goes to Pennsylvania. Now I'm in Michigan. It goes to Michigan. Now I'm up here around people who love their guns. I'm a gun supporter. I own a gun. Now I'm up here where they're saying, you know what, we need to get rid of all the guns. And I'm saying, I think we should go ahead and get rid of the guns. This woman will say anything. But yet, if you vote for her, you can't be mad when you say, hey, you told me this. Well, yeah, of course I told you that. I said it. I'll tell you anything. I told these other people the same thing. But let's continue, though.
I took on perpetrators of all kinds.
Oh, okay.
I took on perpetrators of all kinds. I took on perpetrators of all kinds.
Oh.
I know Donald Trump's type. I know Donald Trump's type. In this campaign, I proudly put my record against his any day of the week. In this campaign, I'll tell you, I will proudly put my record against his any day of the week.
Now, I ran into a friend of mine in the grocery store yesterday, and she, we had one of them secret meetings, when you Trump supporters say, man, you was right. I was like, I know. She's like, Kev, this woman, what's wrong with people? They don't realize how dumb this lady is. They don't realize how fake she is. They don't realize that they have no idea who they're voting for. She was going off right inside of Walmart. She was like, what is wrong with people? It's like they're seduced. They can't see this. You can't recognize this woman they put out there with no votes, no history, no background, no nothing, no personality, nothing. And stuck her out there and said, just keep saying these things for the dummies, So I'm trying to go ahead and rescue anybody who's about to make one of the dumbest voting decisions ever. I don't want you to be on Kevin's Corner's reel of me laughing and stuff, talking about how did you fall for this? This is obvious. I'm saying, man, they are trying to trick and manipulate their voters, and they just send her out there to say the same thing. I can't fall for it. I'm not falling for it. I don't know about you.
Are you ready to make your voices heard? Ready to make your voices heard?
Ready to make your voices heard.
Make your voices heard.
Okay.
When we fight, we win. I grew up understanding the children of the community are the children of the community.
Gotcha.
We all believe that when we talk about the children of the community, they are the children of the community.
Wow, how you like that one? For smarts. So now, my next argument is she's dumb. And she lacks self-awareness. Why in the world would you get out there and repeat a phrase that everybody makes fun of? You don't watch the internets, you don't watch the montages people put together to laugh at you and say, what the heck is she talking about? So she describes the children of the community as the children of the community. Now, either she surrounded herself with dummies or she herself is a dummy. I'm sure. Nobody got up to say, now, I don't think you should go out there and repeat that. You do realize there are montages out there of you saying that, and they all are making fun of your intelligence. How about you stay away from repeating that same phrase? No. I mean, why would I do that? It makes sense to me. You don't understand when I say the children of the community is the children of the community? And she goes out and says it. So now you're repeating the same stuff that made you look like a fool on the internet. But there it is. That's all she got.
Should never
Here we go.
stand behind the seal of the President of the United States of America.
Now you got one shot at being that angry and emotional. Okay, one shot. If I start seeing that repeated emotion and those gestures over and over again, now I know it's acting. See, now I know it's acting. I can see in the moment of passion, you're out there talking, you're like, you know what, matter of fact, you know what, you got one more time. But if I see you the next day, you going, matter of fact, you got one. I'm going, no, wait a minute. Just a minute ago, you was upset. You still mad like that? You still got that same emotion? Or is it rehearsed? Now I can't trust you. I feel like you're trying to manipulate my emotions. Look at this.
Never again.
Never again.
Never again.
Twice. Same emotion. And then doubled up on a never again. The same way. The same way. I mean, you can switch that up a bit. I mean, you're that much of a Muppet where you come out and say the same thing the same way and then doubled up on it. Never again. Never again. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, she has to be one of the worst candidate I've ever seen stuck out there. Regardless of Trump derangement syndrome, if you hate Trump, there's no way you can trick your brain into thinking, well, she's a good candidate. And that is why when you ask Kamala voters, why are you voting for it usually comes out as, I hate Trump. Trump's a white nationalist. How can you vote for a racist and this and this and that? Well, what has she done? I don't know. I mean, this and this and that. They have no idea who they're voting for because this woman is not being herself. They're telling her what to say, how to say it, when to say it. And there she goes right out there and repeats it. Never again. Never again. But hey, I'm not done yet. Let's see.
Kamala is so stupid.
She is so stupid. So let's see.
Vice President Harris, you and President Trump were elected 4 years ago, and your opponent on the stage here tonight often asks his supporters, are you better off than you were 4 years ago?
Yeah.
When it comes to the economy, do you believe Americans are better off than they were 4 years ago?
No, that's a good question. That's a good question if you're out there and you're wondering. I mean, if you're being honest with yourself, you're going to say, absolutely, I was better off 4 years ago. However, they're asking her. Now, I bet you she's going to break this down and all of that stuff, but let's see what she says.
So I was raised as a middle-class kid.
What does that have to do with this? So you're going to vote for somebody who can't even, answer a basic question? Somehow you bunny hop over the question and go into your childhood? What is that? Makes me feel like you're hiding something. Makes me feel like you're avoiding the question because you know the answer. You know that everybody is going, yeah, we were better off 4 years ago. So now she just want to go ahead and talk about how she was raised as a middle-class kid and probably worked at McDonald's and all that stuff. But hey, let's give her the benefit of the doubt. That might have been the first time that she was asked that question. Who knows?
When we talk about
3 days later,
bringing down prices and making life more affordable for people, what are one or two specific things you have
just
in mind
one,
for that?
just one.
Well, I'll start with this. I grew up a middle-class kid. My mother raised my sister and me. She worked very hard. She was able to finally save up enough money to buy our first house when I was a teenager.
Starting to see a pattern, guys? Starting to see a pattern? Now, if you're dumb enough to vote for somebody who cannot even tell you what they're going to do economically, and that is one of the biggest issues that everybody has right now concerning the Biden administration, or Bidenomics. The same Bidenomics that she said, and that's called Bidenomics. Bidenomics is working. But she's not willing to own it. She's not willing to come out and be like, oh, well, you know what? Actually, what I'm going to do to deal with the price of eggs and the economy and all of this stuff is this and this and that. But this is the same woman that came out and said, I wouldn't do anything differently than Joe. So we don't know what she's going to do differently. She won't answer the question. She's talking about her childhood. I would think she's suffering from some type of brain damage if she goes off and answers a question that is totally unrelated to what someone asked her. That's not natural. You would diagnose somebody. All right, so what did you eat yesterday? Mama told me one time that she don't like the way I wear my clothes. She said that I don't be matching colors and stuff. And you thinking, I asked you about what you ate yesterday, and you're talking about my mama don't like the way I match my clothes. Maybe something going on up top. But they're going to vote for somebody who apparently got something going on up top, because she answered a question that had nothing to do with, the original question. Let's give her another chance. 2 weeks later, here we go.
We actually just started our business in January, so we've grown from a show to a whole entire company. What is your economic plan moving forward for people who are living paycheck to paycheck and struggling for groceries and rent and homeowners?
So
put your heart at ease. She's about to put our hearts at ease, y'all.
Oh, look, I grew up. So my sister and I were raised by our mother. We lived for a long time in an apartment on top of a child care center.
Do you not see a pattern here?
No, not really.
That's a Democrat voter for you. Yeah, I mean, apparently they're not seeing a pattern. They're not seeing her block, defer, pivot, away from answering that. You know why? Because, one, she don't know her economic policies. She's not abreast enough when it comes down to economics to really get into the meat and potatoes and the details. They gave her basically the gist. Go out there and say, hey, I'm going to be focused on an economy, the opportunity economy, and this and that. But don't get into details, because she don't really know how she's going to pay for this, how it's going to work, what she needs to do, what she don't need to do. Yeah, they jerry-rigged some bootleg economic, slogans together and statements of what she's going to do, and kept it real general and said, do not deviate. Don't try to get into details. Now, do you really want to trust this woman who has never ran anything in regards to economics, any of that stuff? You want to trust her? I mean, she ain't never had a business. Lee Trump had a business, a successful business that made lots of money. Lee Trump showed that he can run an economy, but she has never done that, and the current economy that she's involved in sucks. Now, if you think I'm lying, because they've been telling everybody for this whole last 2 years that everything's great, the economy's great, y'all just can't see it. Y'all just can't see it. It's like I used to say, Holly Berry's in love with me. She just doesn't know it. She just doesn't know it yet. So they were trying to tell us the economy is great. Jobs are booming. Y'all just don't know it yet. Here she is again, lying to us. Here we go.
Good to meet you, Kamala Harris.
Let's see if she keeps it real this time.
What's your message to Michigan voters in terms of the economy? We have auto workers who are being laid off, and those who fear that they might be laid off. The average person can't afford groceries or their rent. And recent polls in Michigan show that Michigan voters believe that Donald Trump would do a better job with handling the economy and bringing jobs back. What do you say to that?
Well, let's start with this.
Don't you do it.
I come from the middle class, and I'll never forget where I come from. My mother worked very hard. She, by the time I was a teenager, was able to save up for our first.
Now, if you're willing to go out and vote for that, somebody asks you, what is she going to do for you economically? All you would be able to say is that she grew up in a middle class family, and her mom worked very hard. What that got to do with you? What is she going to do for you? Opportunity economy, what does that mean? If you're that shallow, if you're that brainwashed to say, I'm going to trust this person who is not giving me any substance in regards to how I'm going to benefit economically, when I also have proven data of how I benefited economically from Trump, then you deserve what you get. Period. But guys, it gets worse. Because remember, Bidenomics is working, right?
Big jobs report, and the prophecy came true. Jobs light, 12,000 12,000 in non-farm payroll. That is the lightest going back to December of 2020.
It's a massive drop, of course, from what we saw in September. That number was also revised lower, down to 223,000 jobs. In fact, what we lost was over 110,000 jobs over August and September.
No, wait a minute. Her and Biden and the Democrats were all, and the fake news were all coming out telling us that jobs were booming. It was up. And everybody's going, but it's kind of weird, though. It just doesn't seem that way. They telling us that. Could it be they were lying? But I mean, now we find out the truth. It's kind of like how they were telling us crime is down. And I'm going, it just doesn't feel that way. I know what they're saying. And we found out that the FBI was rigging the numbers to make the Democrats look good. And they quietly released those crime stats in the dead of night, only to find out crime is up, just like they updated the jobs report, realized that what? Jobs are down. Just like they've been lying about, don't worry about illegal immigration, it's down, and it's not. It's not down. They're just in a holding pattern right across our border, waiting for after the election so they can start the chain again. There it is. So now you find that these are the same people who've been looking you in the face and using their resources to straight up lie to you through the media and all of that. Now, once again, we find out before voting, see this, you still got some time, before voting, that they lied to you about these jobs. Lied to you, man.
Have 100,000 fewer jobs than we thought we had. That's a really bad number.
Tonight, mixed messages, a K-file investigation.
What, mixed messages? So now what we learning about chameleon? Oh, she's a chameleon. She'll say whatever she got to say to the group that she's saying it to. That's what you about. And CNN was about to point out her hypocrisy.
This hour finds Kamala Harris is targeting crucial battleground voters with vastly different messages on Gaza and Israel.
Oh,
this ad is running in Michigan, which has the largest Arab population in America.
What has happened in Gaza over the past 9 months is devastating. We cannot allow ourselves to become numb to the suffering, and I will not be silent.
All right, well, it's a very different story for an ad in Pennsylvania targeting Jewish voters.
Oh, okay, let's see.
Let me be clear. I will always stand up for Israel's right to defend itself.
Okay.
And I will always ensure Israel has the ability to defend itself, because the people of Israel must never again face the horror that a terrorist organization called Hamas caused on October 7th.
That sounds like doublespeak to me. Sounds like a split tongue to me. So now, guys, you know she needs the Arab vote, right?
For message, Andrew Kaczynski is out front now. So, Andrew, those obviously do sound starkly different, to say the least. Tell me more about what you found.
Yeah, that's right. And look, this really illustrates the sort of fine line that the Harris campaign is trying to walk here in the closing weeks, closing days of this campaign on the issue.
Well, no, it's not a fine line. Yeah, it's a deceptive line. There it is. These people are saying whatever they got to say, hoping that they will catch people slipping. Hopefully, hits like this don't come out the show. That, yo, man, she's telling y'all one thing and she's telling these folks another thing. Hey, hopefully that won't come out. But unfortunately, CNN decided to bump their head and actually report on this.
Of Israel here, you have two entirely different constituencies, and they are getting two entirely different messages. There are often times these constituencies have very opposing views on this. If you are a Jewish person in Pennsylvania, you saw that ad that you're getting. You are getting that ad that talks about how strong she is in Israel. If you're a Muslim voter in Michigan, you are getting that ad on Facebook that's talking about how she won't be silent on the issue of Gaza. Now, what's really interesting here is that ad that we just played, the one that's going to Jewish voters in Pennsylvania. Now, it sort of sounds like those two clips of her talking about Israel are together, but they actually cut part of it out. Take a listen to what they cut.
So wait. You're telling me that they're editing her speeches just like they edit Trump's to mean something it doesn't mean? You're telling me they're doing the same thing for their own clips? Just like they edit Trump's and chop it up and make it seem like he's saying whatever? But in their case, they're editing the video to make it seem like she said something in a positive way and cut out the stuff that might discourage the other voters in another city. Let's see.
What has happened in Gaza over the past 10 months is devastating.
Oh, she left that
President Biden and I are working to end this war.
such that Israel is secure, the hostages are released, the suffering in Gaza ends, and the Palestinian people can realize their right to dignity, security, freedom, and self-determination.
Wow. You don't know who the Democrats are loyal to. Yeah, I mean, they're loyal to whoever benefits them at the moment. There you go. I mean, think about this. The same party who called Trump rally a Nazis rally, for some reason decided not to go ahead and bring in Josh Shapiro, a better VP pick than Tampon Tim, because Josh Shapiro is what? Jewish. But yet the Trump campaign had a Nazi rally. The same Trump that has a Jewish son-in-law and a Jewish daughter and Jewish grandchildren. The same Trump that Israel has named a whole city after because they loved him so much. But he's a Nazi. He's a Nazi. Now you see where these people are going with this? You see how fake these folks are? So she's one thing to the people in Pennsylvania and the Jews, and another thing to the Arabs. So at this point, guys, I'm going to start bringing in some people to go ahead and destroy her in the Democrat Party for me, to go ahead and bring my case. I'm going to bring in some examples, okay?
And you've seen too that she, they cut out that portion of the ad where they talked about Gaza from her DNC speech. Those two parts were together. They sliced them. They cut that part out.
So now, guys, it appears that all kind of groups and people are destroying the Dirty Dems and Kamala Harris. So I'm going to let them go ahead and make their last closing argument of why they're not voting for Kamala and why they're voting for Trump. Starting off with the same people she tried to deceive up there in those highly populated Muslim sects. The Muslims are out there destroying the Dirty Dems. Let's see what they got to say.
How did the Democrats lose your vote?
Unfortunately, Kamala Harris and Mr. Biden turning America, the superpower, the greatest power, to third world country.
Wow. Now look at that. Where's CNN? Where's MSNBC and stuff showing this guy right here? He doesn't fit the profile of a white nationalist, white supremacist, and a xenophobe and stuff. Turning the country into a third world country. I mean, look at that. These people know what a third world country looks like. And it's crazy that this man would even compare that. And I'm sitting there going, pretty much, they just open up the doors for all of the folks from third world countries to come here. What else you got to say about her? Destroy them. I'm going to go ahead and unleash all these people to destroy the Democrats.
Broken border?
Broken border?
Christian left Iraq in the 70s to come to America for democracy. Now you get here and you see the president was nearly assassinated 3 times. What were you thinking that day?
I never seen a president of United States was 3 times facing assassination and attempted 3 times in 3 months.
Now you know that's big coming from a man who knows countries who they know something about some assassination back home and stuff like that. But this is America, see? And this guy came here expecting that stuff not to be happening. But for some reason, Trump's up for another assassination. Everybody's like, oh, they trying to kill Trump again? Dang, that's crazy, man. FBI is like, well, we'll get to the investigation. Don't worry about it, man. You know what I'm saying? Media is like, what? When did that? That was like, what, 2 years ago? This guy's shocked over it. Interesting. But nobody, I guess, that hates Trump isn't taking a second to stop and say, wait a minute. If Trump was, say, an established Republican, let's say if the powerful folks wanted Trump to get in because they could use Trump for all their evilness, you think they would be going ahead and trying to kill him? Huh? You think that? Only an effective president, somebody who's a threat, would be a target. You don't see them out there trying to do nothing to the rest of these raggedy Muppets. They don't care about them. So this guy sees it.
Where are we? Where are we in America? Come on.
That's what I
You said you would have supported President Biden, but not Vice President Harris. Why?
She is borrowing the power from Mr. Trump. So always she is hiding behind the Trump and attacking the Trump.
That's all she's doing. Why is this Arab man able to see that? Always hiding behind the Trump. She's attacking the Trump. That's all she does. Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump. Wonderfully put, man. But wait, the Arabs aren't done with her because, see, this is a group of voters who's supposed to be loyal to the Democrat Party and supposed to be worried about getting sent back to their country because they're Muslims.
I came home the day I met Trump, and I gave my son a MAGA hat, and I said, I guess we're there. And he said, ew. His first words to me were, ew. I said, but Baba, he said he's gonna stop the war. And he said, okay, that's it. Give me that hat. We're voting for Trump. And that's the sentiment, not just of an 8-year-old, but of an entire community. We're gonna stop the war. Even if I don't like you, I'm on your team.
Even if I don't like you, I'm on your team. Now, who do you think has a better chance at resolving that? And see, the good thing about Trump is I think he'll get that resolved without doing what I know the Democrats want to do, which is make Israel surrender their land. He wants them to go ahead. The Democrats are willing to see Israel take it to the chin. I really believe they're not totally loyal to Israel when it comes down to that. Now, as a Christian, that's a problem for me. And I don't want to be hearing folks around talking about something that they need to give up that two-state solution. We all know what that two-state solution leads to in the book of Revelations. See, but nonetheless, I think Trump will be able to resolve that without that part being compromised. And that's ultimately what a lot of these Muslims want, is that resolved. Now, to what degree he's able to handle it, we'll see. But I know it will be better than Kamala Harris would. So now here comes a group of people who they worked so hard to win over. They were sitting back double speaking and all of that. And then 1 minute they scared because all of those folks showing up at the rallies talking about free Palestine. And they tiptoed around them and coddled them because they were scared to go up to Michigan and Minnesota and stuff like that. They was like, we cannot lose these Muslims. And then the Muslim community does what? Come out and destroy them.
A wise man once said, peace is the prize, and I stand before him today. As Arab Americans, we unite against the betrayal of those in power.
No way.
Our families back home suffer, their cries for help echoing across borders, while the world remains silent. It is time to prioritize our nation's best interest and foster lasting peace for all. This current administration has failed miserably in all aspects of humanity.
Oh, they're destroying the Democrats. Destroying them. So they have failed miserably? And look at this Muslim man standing next to the white supremacist that's going to send all Muslims back and do a Muslim ban. Now, that's what the media was just saying. I don't understand why the media is not covering this and saying, now, it is kind of ironic that the Muslim community just came out and endorsed Trump, and we've been saying everybody he's going to, send them all back to. Isn't that ironic? I wonder why.
It is imperative that the Republican Party recognizes the contributions of Arab Americans. No longer will we tolerate the narrative of fake news that seeks to demonize our people. We are proud Americans enriching this nation with our hospitality, education, and hard work. From doctors to humanitarians and poets to politicians, we embody the spirit of resilience and progress. We look to a Trump presidency with hope, envisioning a time where peace flourishes.
I know they don't want to see that. Whoa. They ain't the only Muslims? Now we got the Somalians? Oh, I think they up in Minnesota. So this is not a good look. I'm starting to question how many of these groups of folks who the Democrats think they own are still really loyal to them. I'm starting to wonder, how in the world would Kamala Harris be able to win some of these states and cities where they've been relying on these votes, and now these people are siding with Trump? I would be amazed if somehow she won Michigan. Be amazed somehow. And this right here, I think, is up in Tampon Tim territory. Listen to this.
Of deep Muslim faith, I have Abrahamic religion. I love my Jewish brothers and sisters. I love my Christian brothers and sisters. People who come from different communities and backgrounds. We're all the same. We live in a country where we should be working together, not hurting each other, not defaming each other. Wow. We should be protecting the rights of every person to speak. Wow. Because today, if I am supporting the censorship of a segment of this country, guess what? Tomorrow I will be censored too.
Bam! Now you got the Muslims coming out and calling out the darn Democrats. Censorship. There it is. Now it's crazy that the Muslims are able to see the writing on the wall when it comes down to the Democrats. So now all of a sudden they're going, yo, man, we see the censorship on the way. What else? What else?
And I don't want that for myself or for my family. And that's why it's surprising to say, Trump is kind of an asshole, right? He says a lot of things. He's not the nicest person in the room. He's not going to sugarcoat things for you. But guess what? The 4 years he was president, nothing happened to me personally. What? I was safe. This community was safe. This country was safe. Yes, immigration changed in a way that I did not agree with, and I fought against it. And guess what? Change did happen, because in this country we have a system and a process where we have values and ideas brought to the table, and the people in this country gets to decide what is good for us.
Now look at that. So all of those Trump deranged people, like that woman in the beginning of my show, Trump, I hate you. You took my dad away from me. That girl right there, if she looks back, I guarantee you if she was rational, she would say, all of this whining, flipping out, nothing happened. Nothing happened. So this is a great argument right here. All of those that think that Trump was evil and he's going to be a dictator and he's the next Mussolini and Hitler, why didn't he exercise all that Musa his first 4 years? Where was all the Hitler the first 4? Where was all the tyranny and all of that? Where was all the taking these folks back? How are they even here to be able to talk right now? This man should have got in and start sending these folks back immediately. Immediately. Yeah, well, how are they there? I don't understand it. Now they're here exposing the Democrats and turning their back on them. Wow. I wonder if these people are still going to be able to call the MAGA movement all white nationalist white people.
Trump is not going to agree with everything that I have to say, nor do I agree with everything he has to say. But I fundamentally believe he is the safest bet for our country moving forward. Our economy is in shambles.
What?
People cannot work yet. We're talking about awesome wage growth, awesome job numbers, and then months later we have those numbers detracted as falsehoods.
Look at that. The Muslims are blowing up the Democrats. They're realizing their manipulation, their lies, all of that. Now, wow, that hurts. I know the campaign of Kamala was looking at this like, what are they doing? What are they doing? Hold on. Oh, wait, yeah, the Puerto Ricans are coming up too. We're going to go ahead and take turns. We're bringing up all kind of groups. This going to blast them. Who we got next? Who's up?
And the reason why is because he's a fighter.
He's a fighter. You hear this, Somalian dude? The reason why he's a fighter. Talk to us about the fighter.
Said we like fighters.
We like fighters.
More importantly, the left left us. They left us. 33% of our kids at third grade cannot read.
Can't read?
At grade level. We went from the 6th to what? 19 now? Minnesota in education? I'm only failing in every step.
Wait a minute. This is the same Minnesota where Tampon Tim is from? This been bragging? Where Ilhan Omar is from? And he said they left us. He's a fighter. So you hear this, brother? Breaking down real things. Not Trump's a white man. Trump says he's talking about Democrat policies that have affected him and their community. That's why they're turning their back on the precious Democrats. Now, for all of those liberals out there, are they going to call these Muslims sellouts? Are they going to call them Nazis?
8th graders, 60% cannot do math at grade level. These are our kids. We talk about economic conditions here. Our conditions is horrible.
Horrible.
We can't afford anything as working class and middle class people. Now, please understand this. We love our brothers and sisters who are Democrats, but you left us.
Oh, they're destroying them. Yeah. No wonder all these Democrats have switched over. It seems as if the white supremacists, the Nazi party, I guess they're calling us, are now the party of inclusion. Look at the diversity. Don't y'all want to be a part of this? All of you the liberals who claim you're inclusive and stuff, or you're just going to label us all as white supremacists and stuff like that. You're not able to see that these people, whether you're black, white, whatever nationality, you're able to see the corruption and the destruction of the Democrat Party. Has nothing to do with your race, your sex and stuff. Here's our Muslim brothers and sisters calling it out. And this makes me feel good, y'all. Yeah, go ahead, finish her off.
And because the leftists join the right, vote for Trump 2024, vote for Joe Trey 2024, vote for Mazie Young in St. Paul 2024, vote for Todd Jude in CD3 2024, vote for Tom Emma, our lion, out of St. Cloud. Farhan is here and is endorsing him. And please go out and vote, because voting for Trump without soldiers is giving him a failure.
So voting for Trump without soldiers is giving him a failure. Basically, vote straight down the ballot. Straight down Republicans. Put them all in. Okay? Give him the resources and the backup he needs to change things. Period. This brother right here is out here. Vote for Trump? Now, wait a minute. Why ain't the media covering this? Oh, okay. They're too busy covering Trump did something nasty on the microphone. They're too busy saying Trump said he was going to kill Liz Cheney. They're too busy saying Trump had a comedian who had said that we got to get to the Puerto Ricans. We got to get to the Puerto Ricans because they blasting them too. That's right. I'm going to allow all these different groups to make the case for Trump and against Kamala.
So please vote. Again, for the school boards, we have a ton of people running who are in the school board from all over the state. And please go vote for the Republican Party this time. Thank you so much.
I wonder how the Democrats feel about that. I wonder how they feel about that. They ain't boasting about that. They ain't saying we got the support of that. So they spent all of that time trying to appease the Muslim community in these states, and they ended up supporting Trump anyway. But wait a minute. You say, Kev, what about the Asian persuasion? Now, guys, y'all remember this lady who became one of my favorites the other day, but she got somebody who's about to come behind her that, oh my goodness. Yeah, let's see her again. Let's see.
That's my 2024.
You heard it right here, folks. 2024, folks.
We're Chinese, first generation. We love Trump from our bottom of the heart because we know Trump is the only one can save America. Kamala is so stupid.
Did you hear that? We love Trump from the bottom of our heart. We know Trump is the only one who can save America because Kamala Harris is so stupid. And she never unballs the fist. She never unballs it. I'm going to allow this beat down from her. Give it to her.
She is so low. IQ equal no Q, no qualification to be the president. You shall stay away from that position. They lost the position. You lost our trust. You lost our vote. You just need to go home, to stay home. You cannot do anything to save America. You are so stupid. You don't know anything.
It's quick. Oh my God. She said you need to take your raggedy butt home. She's so stupid. You lost her vote. She is giving it to her. Boy, this woman is a national treasure.
Crazy. Someone should stop her. No.
You cannot even answer any question from the camera, from all the media.
Now, how is it that this lady who her first language is not even English, she's able to see that Kamala Harris is see-through? Can't even answer questions from the media. She's too stupid to answer. Now, when Trump says she's stupid, then, look what he's using words like that. I can't believe he's calling her stupid. This is sexist. But this lady is like, hey, I ain't got nothing to lose. I know stupid when I see stupid. That woman can't even answer no questions because she's so stupid. What else?
How you can be on the stage to fight for America, to protect American people, to protect all the world. You are not qualified. You just need to go home. Let Trump to save America, to save the world, to put America first. If America to be strong, to be saved, and then America can save the whole world.
Man, good grief. Now, there's some truth to her saying that she's so stupid. Okay. Because remember when they was asking Kamala, because how's she going to save the whole world? She don't know nothing about the world. Remember how when they had asked her about what was going on in Ukraine, and her eloquent answer that Ukraine is a small country in Europe, and Russia basically is a bigger country, and Russia attacked Ukraine, which is a smaller country. Then basically that's not nice. Remember how eloquently she laid that out? Remember when she went over there and was like, I'm here. In Europe, southern. Remember that? Looked like she had just got them snorting some nose candy. I'm here. Remember that? She's a soft stupid. Do you want somebody like that out there talking about our relationship with North Korea has always been strong? She's a soft stupid. Now, you don't think she recognizes she's a soft stupid? You don't think that dang on Putin recognizes she's a soft stupid? If this woman can see she's a stupid, then everybody else does too, except for her voters. That's why I'm giving them a chance right now to pull out. Let's continue, because she's about to go ahead and land this nice big plane.
Trump, we love you forever. Never ever surrender.
Yes.
Fight for Trump.
Fight. But guys, the Asians ain't done. Yeah, man. Y'all remember Lily Tang that made me sing? Oh, yeah. I made a standalone video about Lily Tang made me sing. Isn't it odd that these people from other countries are able to see what these raggedy Democrats are about, and our Americans are running around here like what they fighting for women's reproductive rights and they're fighting against fascism? No, people who come from real fascist countries know the deal. Let me remind you of Lily Tang, who made me sing. This is where she caught my attention, y'all. Yeah.
My name is Lily Tang Williams. Welcome to my live free or die state. Actually, I am a Chinese immigrant who survived communism. And under Mao, 40 million people were starving to death after he sold communism to them. And 20 million people died, murdered during his Cultural Revolution. So my question to you, David, is that can you guarantee me, a gun owner tonight, our government in the US, in DC, will never become a tyrannical government? Can you guarantee that to me?
There's no way I can ever guarantee that any government will not be tyrannical.
Well, then the debate on gun control is over, because I will never give up my guns. Never. And you should go to China to see how gun control works for dictatorship of CCP.
Wow. So the Chinese is blowing up the Democrats and all of their policies and stuff like that. Lily Tang see the writing on the wall. Lily Tang comes from a real place where communism and stuff. Now understand, they were calling Trump Hitler. This woman said Mao had so many people killed under him. Hitler, Mussolini, Stalin, they done called Trump all of that. Millions of folks died under these people. And they got the nerve to be trying. And see, what's scarier than that is we have very low IQ Americans who actually believes this. They're not able to stop and realize the drastic leap that you have to take mentally to think that Trump is comparable to these historical monsters who killed millions of people, and Trump hasn't killed nobody. So if you're one of those people, I hope you got a chance to stop for 1 second and say, whoa, this lady comes from a real country where there was real tyranny. And it's funny how she's able to see the writing on the wall while our Democrats are running around like Kamala Harris talking about somebody, yeah, we need a mandatory gun buyback. I would support that. So Lily Tang had something to say about that. But Lily Tang decided she's going to go one step further, y'all. She decided she's going to run for office. And boy, she got herself a victim. She got a Democrat up there on the stage, and watch what Lily Tang do to her, y'all. Hold on to your seats. I ain't gonna break this up.
When they flood market with tons of printed money, that's how you cause inflation. It's not cooperation, it's simple economics 101.
We saw support from across the ideological spectrum to advance really important and basic reforms to our antitrust and consumer protection laws that will make a difference for hardworking granted staters who are feeling pain.
Now that's her opponent, y'all. You hear her with her talking points and all of that. Now see what I'm gonna love about Lily Tang? Lily Tang gonna do her thing. She ain't gonna be up there sugarcoating and trying to. Lily Tang about to give it to her, and watch how Lily Tang be looking dead at her.
Go ahead, Lily.
So here you are again, Maggie. It's caused by federal government. You're part of a Biden administration who causes high inflation. I heard people who are in my district complaining about high cost everything, but you don't have a solution. You're just repeating DNC talking points. Do you have independent thinking skill? Or you need to go to business school to study economics 101 who actually caused inflation? It's a federal government printing money.
Oh my goodness! We need more Lily Tangs out there. That's what we need. She just said, "Are you? Did you go to economic school? It's the federal government printing money." And she's looking at her. She's looking dead at her like, "Are you stupid?" She's so stupid. Now watch this lady try to keep her composure, y'all. She's gonna try to keep her composure and act like I'm above this. I'm not going to launch personal attacks like you, Lily Tang.
One of the reasons that we find ourselves in this predicament is because Donald Trump decided to advance a tax policy that was really dedicated to a basic idea, to giving a big break to the wealthiest in this country.
She's exposing the Democrats. You know why? Because this is what I hear come out of each one of them. It's because Donald Trump decided to give a big tax break to his rich friends and this and that. They all say it. They all say it. You think Lily Tang gonna take that?
And to the biggest corporations.
You are wealthy. You are worth $20 million to $30 million. How do you know about regular people suffering? Do you go shopping, go to Walmart, buy food? I talk to those people. I don't have money to run a TV ad. And you pretend you are poor, complain rent is so high. You couldn't save that apartment for other people to rent it in Nashua. Just go back to your $2 million home in Portsmouth. Please don't say that because you do not understand regular people's concern. People cry in my arms on District 2.
He had to break it up. He had to stop Lily Tang from doing her thing, y'all. Now this lady tried to come out looking all like Mary Poppins, wholesome, got her hair pulled back with a little net look like on the top. And Lily Tang like, don't come at me with that mess. You're worth $20 to $30 million. And was looking at her the whole time. She's sitting there feeling the heat. Lily Tang like, look at me. Look at me. Boy, she really exposed these Democrats. I love it. I love it, man. Oh, Lily ain't done with her though.
Focused on me, I'm focused on the voters and on the issues that matter to them.
Don't forget, we sent $175 billion to Ukraine. $175 billion. Every Democrat in U.S. House voted for it and waved Ukrainian flag where our people, our veterans, our mom, dad cannot afford simple daily costs like that. And the mainstream media don't report that. And I need to tell you the truth. Who is going to put the people's interest first?
Man, Lily is cold. Lily Tang is cold, man. She's like, everybody was kung fu fighting. Huh. Boy, she's bringing it. She's like, man, yeah, all those raggedy Democrats voted to send out that money over there. And guess what? Had the nerve to come in. Now, she ain't even originally from America. And she's able to realize that these two big backstabbing Democrats was pandering and came into our House of Representatives and stuff like that. We're waving down Ukrainian flags. Ukrainian flags. Probably would throw up if you brought up an American flag. Boy, Lily Tang. Oh, she doing her thing. I hope she win. I know she up in a liberal area, but boy, if these people up there actually was to hear her, they would be dumb. Because she's making a case to destroy the Democrats, what they stand for, their raggedy policies, and she is not sparing them. She's exposing them, and this woman ain't got nothing for her. She ain't got nothing for her, because she just got nothing but talking points. And if you don't believe me, watch this.
Your husband, Jake Sullivan, National Security Advisor, is causing world on fire because he's incompetent. He should get fired.
Jake Sullivan is her husband. He's incompetent. He should get fired. He caused the world to be on fire. Oh my God.
I'm a legal immigrant. I came here right way. It took me 6.5 years to become citizen. My brother waited in China for 13 years, come here, and he could be here earlier if we had a streamlined process. It is a slap in the face to all the legal immigrants who are still waiting in line all over the world with American sponsors. What kind of message do we want to send to the world? If you follow the law, we're going to punish you. And if you come here illegally, we can give you quick pass to citizenship. I support deport deport all the illegal aliens who committed crime immediately.
Man, somebody go and find some votes for Lily Tang. Lily Tang doing her thing. She is destroying this raggedy Democrat right here. But boy, she ain't done it. Because see, she won't give up. This little Mary Poppins over here, the fake Mary Poppins right there, she won't give up. She thinks she's remaining poised and calm. Lily Tang is passionate about this.
Donald Trump decided it was in his personal interest to stand in between the American people and the...
Where we heard that from? Where we heard that from, guys? Every Democrat, Donald Trump decided it would be better that he run on a problem than fix it. And he stood on it because he wanted a talking point. The same thing when it comes down. See, this is what makes Democrats raggedy. Because they know what they're responsible for. They know the damage they have done. They know that they really did all of this on purpose. And then they got the nerve to belittle our intelligence to try to make it seem like it was Donald Trump. That's why this border's all open. It's Donald Trump. That's why we got 11 million people here. They lie to their voters, but then they lie to us. And the reason we're passionate about it, because we go, you don't see these people lying? Are you really going to vote for the same people who brought in 11 plus million illegal immigrants that they have no idea half of these people where they even act? But yet she comes out with a talking point to blame Trump, and Lily Tang ain't having it.
The immigration reform that we all deserve.
Maggie is trained very well to not answer questions directly and repeat her party talking points and not offer solutions to the reality. This is a big issue that the grand legislators are concerned with. Ever since Biden became president, he's the one who uses pen, reversed the previous President Trump's border policies, and enabled 11 million illegals in this country with taxpayers' incentives and funding for factory cities and cost crime range. You should be responsible. You should not even run for Congress because you are part of that regime who caused this problem. Now you offer bigger government solution, more money. You don't need more money. You need to use his pen to reverse his executive orders.
30 seconds.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Lily is killing her. This was one of the best debates I've ever heard, man. No, one of the biggest beatdowns in a debate that I've ever heard. Lily is not having, that chick is just sitting over there like, is she now? She said, you know what? You've been trained very well to repeat the talking points. This is what Democrats are. I love when they get exposed like this. See, I could never vote for a party like that. Lily Tang sees through it. Yeah, which one sounds more believable? Mary Poppins over here who's giving you the same talking points that we've heard every Democrat use, or Lily Tang who's exposing all of the problems that came from the Democrat Party as they shift the blame. Man, I hope Lily Tang wins. I want to see her in Congress so bad.
Seconds.
Again, my opponent is focused on me. I am focused on the voters.
I know I'm the underdog in this race, but I trust the people to decide after tonight. I am independent-minded, a legal immigrant come here to live under freedom and prosperity. I'm the embodiment of that American dream. Do you want somebody who will put our citizen interest first and to really show compassion and sympathy toward the daily struggles? Or you want somebody who was born with silver spoon, had no idea how the regular people economically and mentally struggling with daily life? I'm asking for your vote. I will always have town halls. I will represent you with pride and transparency. Thank you.
Man, Lily got my vote, y'all. I don't know what is the Granite State, the Granite City or something like that. I forget where it's at, y'all. But Lily, man, Lily did her thing. Lily Tang did her thing that made me sing, y'all. Boy, who else? Let's see, the Asians done exposed the Democrats. We had the Arabs. Who's next up to bat?
Ever since Biden became president, he's the one who uses pen, reversed the previous President Trump's border policies, and enabled 11 million illegals in this country with taxpayers' incentives and funding for factory cities and cost crime range. You should be responsible. You should not even run for Congress because you're part of that regime who caused this problem. Now you offer bigger government.
Look at her face. Look at her face. I had to play it back. That woman has no answer for that. She's sitting there like, I don't even want to look at Lily Tang because she's telling the truth. She's reading me. She's exposing me. And she's looking through my soul right now. She's looking right through my soul.
More money.
More money.
You need to use his
Ms.
pen
Williams.
to reverse
30 seconds,
his
Ms.
executive
Orlando.
orders.
30 seconds.
Again, my opponent is focused on me. I am focused on the voters and on actual solutions that I believe Congress can and must advance. And one of those solutions, Adam, is the bipartisan, comprehensive immigration reform and border security bill that would allow us to make the critically needed updates to our system. This is a world.
Yeah.
Take a very different approach. I believe that the middle.
All right, so let's move on. Let's see here who we got. What's the next group? What's the next one? No way. The young folks are destroying the Democrat Party? No way. Let's see what the young folks got to say about the Democrats. Everybody destroying them. Everybody get in a lick.
For me, it's immigration. I myself come from an immigrant family. I'm Guatemalan. And for us, like seeing the new immigrants come in, it's just, they're more violent. It's more chaos. They do more bad than anything. And we've been here for longer than them. And it's starting to affect us more because like stuff is getting stolen. They're making us look bad as immigrants that we stayed longer than them.
I agree with the idea of mass deportation, largely. You have criminals in this country who are destroying our nation. They're coming in here, getting earmarked bills and policies to open up businesses, get free housing, get access, easier access than those who are legally immigrated to this country to welfare and other benefits.
Man, I love smart people. I love when people expose the Democrats right to their face. This lady from MSNBC is getting an earful from young, smart, intelligent. You know what? There is some hope for the young folk. There's some hope for the young folk. These people are dead on exposing why they think the Democrats stink. Which they do. Finish destroying them, young man.
So, like, as a taxpayer, we have to pay for these guys to have luxuries of life, and we don't get anything.
Nothing. Wow. Who else gonna have their way? Bring in the Latinos. Next up, the next witness is the Latinos. And they tried to deceive them, y'all. They brought in John Leguizamo, who went under disguise, y'all, to talk to the Latinos and see if he could convince them not to vote for Trump. Let's see if it works.
To get the unvarnished truth, I disguise myself as a representative of a pro-Trump super PAC. What do you like about Donald Trump?
He's not evasive. It's pretty clear. I mean, this is someone that's been at the forefront for a very long time, speaking his mind.
When he was on the government, the economy was better than we have it right now.
When I name an issue, and you're gonna rate.
Now, how in the world? What did he look like? Fu Manchu. That is the worst costume I've ever seen. He ain't fooling nobody. I'm sitting here. Why are you looking like? If you can snatch the pebble out of my hand, grasshopper. What kind of good googly moo? I'd be like, is your beard fake? Sure looks fake from here. But anyway, I guess he thought this would work, and he's trying to go ahead and dupe him.
Is either 1 or 2 or 3 chilies to signify how spicy the issue is for you, okay? The economy. Wow, damn, 3 chilies. That's spicy.
Economy. Look at that. Economy. 3 chilies. That means economy is important. See how smart people think. See how non-emotional voters think. See how they prioritize. Economy. 3. You mean to tell me they ain't women's reproductive rights? You mean to tell me it ain't protecting our democracy? It's not that? You mean to tell me it's not transgenders' rights? It's not that? Wow. The economy. Go figure.
This little experiment wasn't really designed with an open mind. Leguizamo was there to change their minds.
Let's see if witnessing Donald Trump's rhetoric firsthand makes them want to vote for him more or less.
Let's see.
On my first day back in the White House, I will terminate every open borders policy of the Biden administration, stop the invasion of our southern border, and begin the largest domestic deportation operation in American history.
It's an excellent way to fix a very, very severe problem.
Well, that sure enough didn't work. I'm sure they were expecting all of those Latinos to say, well, now that we know he's exporting, Latinos, even though they're illegal. And it's not just Latinos. They're coming in from all over the globe. But just because there are Latinos and we're Latino, we must agree with this travesty that impacts us in our communities. What did he say? It's a very good way to fix a very serious problem. Now, I bet you it blew that wig off his head when he said that. But hey, this guy said something too. Listen.
He's saying immigration is a problem. It's like you have a leak in your house. You gotta turn it off. The water supply. Fix it, then turn it
Get him,
on.
Latinos.
Maybe that's what he's trying to do. Like, let's close down the border for a while. So.
But who would you call to fix your leak if all the Latinos are gone?
Now, you see, that's the kind of crap that I'm talking about from the left. So they're trying to make it seem like every Latino is the same regardless of their immigration status, their citizenship. Yeah, he's trying to make it seem like Trump is going to come in and grab all of them who obviously are here legally or was born here. And he's saying, basically, he's going to take y'all too. He's going to send all Latinos back. See, smart people don't fall for that garbage. And just to prove it, watch this.
Did anybody change their vote?
I want to thank you for being here and for being so honest with me, but I have not been so honest with you. My name is not really Ron Cruzmano, but...
What? No way.
John Cruzmano.
Oh my gosh!
I know that in my own time.
Let's see if he changed his
Now that I've
mind.
shown you all these awful things about Trump, does that change your vote?
No.
Democracy. Notice what he said. Now that I've showed you all these awful things about Trump, does that change your vote? And they all was like, no. Good job, Latinos. Because y'all are reckoned, as a matter of fact, they're losing in Pennsylvania when it comes down to the Latino vote. Now, if they somehow miraculously win Pennsylvania, I'm going to be concerned. Very concerned. But wait, who else want to get in on it? Who else want to get... Oh, the black folks. How could I forget the black folks? They got something to say about the Democrats, too. Yeah, man, I want to see them destroy the Dems, too. The dirty Dems. What they got to say about it?
Kamala Harris's appeal for the black male vote is insulting and patronizing.
Yes.
She summons Obama from his mansion on Martha's Vineyards to shame black men into voting for her. Instead of an economic agenda that she talks to white groups, that she offers Beyonce and the legalization of marijuana.
Y'all don't care about the U.S.
Wow. That brother is keeping it real. See, you ain't going to fool that old timer right there. But hey, don't worry, black people. You don't have to worry about it because Obama came out and he said, listen, I'm talking to the brothers and all of that mess. See, so there you have it. Whoa. Chicago?
Constitution at all. Y'all don't care about it at all. The city of Chicago is the most corrupt city on the planet. Chicago? And it's run by a Democratic machine.
Oh, the brothers are going in on the Dems, destroying the Dems. What else?
And you guys have been doing this for decades. You guys have been taking our generational wealth. The blacks helping as well.
The blacks helping as well, Mayor Conehead up there. Expose these Dems. I want to hear every group of people destroying the Dems. I want examples of how smart Americans see the Democrat Party. And see, if I was showing just the regular middle-aged, straight, family white guy, a lot of people might not, but he's a white. I want people to see that folks from all backgrounds and religions are able to see through these trashy, raggedy Democrats and Kamala Harris. So now she's calling it out. Yeah, they use the black Dems like Mayor Conehead and others, just like Kamala, even though she ain't black, but they're trying to use her as black to manipulate who? Blacks.
And it's going to stop because Trump is getting in office. And the first thing that's going to happen is the Department of Justice is going to come here. You don't know how to govern. You don't.
So I want every gang member, no matter what you want to vote, fight for, whatever, etc. I want y'all to line them polls up. We flipping red.
You hear that brother right there? He's giving I want every gang member. You know what I'm saying? We flipping red. Whoa. We got another one?
I'm telling you, Brandon Johnson.
My girl.
From my heart to yours. Trump 2024.
Oh.
No more blue, no matter who. Donald J. Trump. Trump 2024. He's gonna stop the bleeding. He's gonna deal with this sanctuary city, and he's gonna help us get you out, and he's gonna get anybody out who roll with you, who think they're gonna tear up Chicago. Y'all getting out too.
Man, everybody jumping. the Democrats right now. She said, Trump 2024, Brandon Johnson. But wait a minute, let's go ahead and close out with the old timer.
Self-preservation is the first law of nature.
The self-preservation is the first law of nature. Soft-spoken at first. Let's hear what he got to say.
You focus on you, but I'm going red on my way to Freedom Land.
Freedom Land.
God has given every black person everything you need. All you have to do is use what God has given you. If you don't use what you got to get what you want, you don't need what you got. Right now, what I have is my vote to go red.
Did you see how he delivered that? Yeah. And what I got right now is my vote to go red. There it is, man. I'm loving it. They got me pumped. They got me ready for the mall, y'all. They got me ready for the mall, y'all. I got my game face on. That man just said, to go red. I want to hit again. And he said, and what I got right now is my vote.
Now, what I have is my vote to go red. Go red.
Yeah. Give it to him, Pops. To go red. Oh, man, I'm having a great time. I'm having a great time with these Dems getting beat up. But wait a minute. Rogan exposing the dirty Dems? Wait a minute. What the? Well, let's see who this is. Let's see what's going on here. What's up?
The first Democrats saying, "Hey, though, we need a secure border. It's a significant issue."
Same thing we've been hearing.
if I thought there was any kinds of issues, and I've been very vigilant throughout, I've been actively involved in those kinds of things, and I've never witnessed those kinds of a thing.
Never? What do you mean by issues? Like, what kind of issues are you talking about? You talking about people letting people in order to get votes?
Well, it's not. There's not that level kinds. I don't think there's that level kinds of organization.
Oh, you don't think so? Yeah, you haven't given it no thought? Here you are as a Democrat, and I don't think it's that level of that organization. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is why Kamala Harris didn't go on this show. Because, see, Joe Rogan is going to unravel this man and expose him through truth and common sense and logic to the point where he has to just agree. Like, he lays out such a beautiful case of what we all been saying, that these dudes got evil intentions with this open border and what they want to use these people for. And Rogan lays it out to the point where this dude has no more. He gonna even try to use that excuse again that Donald Trump squashed the bipartisan bill, like that chick debating with Lily Tang. And Rogan quietly and smoothly destroys him. Watch this.
But there is an organization that's moving these people to swing states. There's a significant number of these people that are illegal immigrants that have made their way to swing states. And then there's been calls for amnesty. There's been calls for allowing these people to have a pathway to citizenship and allow them to vote.
So true. Kamala Harris, and eventually a pathway to citizenship. Nasty Pelosi, all of them. And it's ironic that they talk about we want more resources to make it run smoothly. They never say more resources to stop these people from coming and send them back. They never say that. Isn't that odd? And then at the end of that, they say eventually, that show that these people can earn a pathway to citizenship. Now, Rogan is just pretending he's just asking questions. And these questions are so obvious and true that, unfortunately, John Fetty, he can't even deny it.
The fear that a lot of people have is that this is a coordinated effort to take these people that you're allowing to come into the country, then you're providing them with all sorts of services like food stamps and housing and setting them up, and then providing a pathway to amnesty, and then you would have voters that would be significantly voting towards the Democrats because they're the people that enabled them to come into the country in the first place and provided them with those services.
No wonder they hate Rogan. And look how far he's come. He's able to see their plan so clearly. All of us are able to see their plan so clearly. So clearly. Now, why isn't it their voters for whatever reason? I guess that ain't important. I guess them trying to execute this diabolical scheme is not important because they're focused on what? The women's reproductive rights. And Donald Trump is Hitler. And he wants to send them back only because he's worried about them poisoning the blood of the land. Or could he be wanting to send them back because he sees with these people are up to. Rogan sees it. I see it. Wouldn't you like to see it too?
This is a big fear that people have, and that you're rigging this system, and that this will turn all these states into essentially locked blue like California is.
Well, it's what.
Now he gonna try. He gonna try.
Immigration is always going to be a tough issue in our nation. I had as a professor in grad school, Alan Simpson, and he he was a United States senator. He was Wyoming, and he was actually a pro-choice Republican. I mean, how rare that would be. Well, it doesn't exist now. And he said, you are never going to have any meaningful immigration kinds of legislation. He's like, because both sides. That's useful for them, and it's going to be back and forth. And
until Trump came along, who recognizes that this is a real problem, not just a problem to run on, not just an argument to say that the Democrats are opening up the border and then all that. No, he's like, not only do I recognize the problem, but I'm trying to stop it. And they saw him actually do it his first 4 years. He did everything he could, and they did everything they could to stop him because they realized he wasn't just there to go back and forth. He wasn't saying, hey, if you're like me, I'll stop the border because the Democrats are, and then when they get in, I can't do anything like the Democrats. I can't do anything. Congress needs to pass. Yeah, he was like, no, I'm going to be about it. And they know that that's what Trump is going to do. But John Fetterman is going to try to use that excuse. And look what Joe Rogan does.
Said that 25 years ago.
Useful meaning the debate, having it always a political
it's
talking
useful
point.
for one side or the other. It's useful. And he said there were never going to be. And he said that in 1999. Mm-hmm. And I voted for the border deal. And that went down.
Here it comes.
And he said that 25 years ago, and that was absolutely true now, that they had an opportunity to do a comprehensive border, bipartisan, and that went down because Trump he declared that's a bad deal after it was negotiated with the other side.
But now John Fetterman is not even confident while he's using this talking point right here. He knows Joe Rogan's story. He knows that Trump really technically is, first of all, Trump ain't even in Congress. He ain't the president. He ain't nothing. He just got influence. But thirdly, the House representatives were going to shoot that down anyway. They had already agreed, like, man, we ain't passing that mess. But we all know that bill was horrible. And the House of Representatives had a real bill for whatever reason. Mr. Burns, crying Chuck Schumer, didn't want to bring that bill up for a vote. Isn't that odd? But they want to talk about the bill that Trump recommended. Shut that bill down. But they never want to talk about why. What were the details in that bill? And this is where he goes wrong. Thinking Joe Rogan don't know that. Wasn't ready for that. See, this is their block. They always go to it. Trump shut the bipartisan bill down. That should shut down this debate right here. And Rogan does what?
But didn't that deal also involve amnesty? And didn't that deal also involve a significant number of illegal aliens being allowed into the country every year? I think it was 2 million people. So it was still the same sort of situation, and their fear is exactly what I talked about, that these people will be moved to swing states, and that will be used to essentially rig those states and turn them blue forever.
I'm not really sure if that's what's in play. I think it's really it's important that we have to have an honest conversation.
But doesn't that?
The honest conversation. That was an honest conversation. What Rogan just laid out and how he rebutted, which you try to use as a talking point to shut that down and blame it on Trump. Yeah, that's an honest conversation. What he just said was honest. And here you go, about that. I think that's important. He knows. He knows it's checkmate. He knows it.
Seem logical, though, if you have a significant number of people that are being moved into swing states.
Don't it seem logical? I love the way he's setting him up, because now what he's doing is challenging his logic. I want to see you get up here and try to make me think what I just laid out, what I'm seeing and what we all been observing is not the logical conclusion. And I'm going to go ahead and add one more cherry on top. Not only are they doing everything that Joe Rogan just mentioned, but isn't it odd that all of the Democrats voted against voter ID requirements? Now, isn't that funny? Why is it that the Democrats are the only party that got a problem with having IDs for Americans to vote, period? So now you got all of these other things, all these other factors Joe Rogan just listed, And then you got them saying, that, by the way, that we don't need voter IDs. It's racist and stuff. Black people can't get them. That's why.
States that have come across the border illegally, and then you provided them with all these services. You provided them with food stamps, EBT, you provided them with housing. You could, if you gave those people amnesty and allowed those people to vote, and it was very organized, you're talking about 75,000 votes over a few counties that switched everything over to the Republicans. You could see how you import 10 million people over the course of 4 years illegally, and then move a significant number of them to swing states, and then provide them with all these services, and then give them a path to citizenship. You could essentially rig those states.
Undeniably, immigration is changing our nation. I mean, I haven't spent a lot of time in Texas, but it's very clear that immigration has remade Texas. And then
why are you supporting it? Why are you supporting it? I mean, can you disagree with anything that Joe Rogan just said? Can any Democrat, I would challenge, he laid that out so beautifully that I would challenge any Democrat to go on there and say, what he just said was dis and misinformation. That right there is the replacement theory, and it's all lies. He's pushing lies and propaganda. He's putting these people's lives in danger. Putting these people, there's no merit. There's no merit to what he's saying. I would challenge any Democrat to get on there and try to rebuttal against what Joe Rogan said. He made him tap out, and he did it in a way where he was making it seem like he's just, walking through a scenario in his head. I mean, one could say that, by you guys doing this, wouldn't a logical thing be? And he laid it out so beautifully that John Fetterman had to finally just come out and say, yeah, I guess that way I would. Well, if that's the case, do you think that's good? Do you think that's okay? Are you okay with that as an American so-called leader of our country? If you know your party is doing this to water down the votes of Americans, that is also burdening all of us Americans when it comes down to tax dollars, when it comes down to our safety, all of these things the Democrats are willing to put Americans in danger of just to replace folks that don't vote for them no more. And yet he had to go ahead and tap out, but didn't say, you know what? Maybe I should go back and talk to my party about that. So he just gave him a licking and kept on ticking.
I think it's for a good thing.
And guys, we're going to close with this. Oh yeah, this is why we should go ahead and close with our boy Donald Trump. And guess what? He's bringing friends, y'all. We saw the raggedy, Avengers try to do a little ad where Kamala and them had all the Avengers come out and they was doing this little thing, trying to support Kamala. But those folks ain't got no political power. They're rich. They're going to go ahead and do their little promotional thing and go away, do nothing. They don't care about you. These people that Donald Trump has brought together is unique. This is something special. These folks are not rhinos. These folks are not bureaucrats. These folks right here are coming in really trying to make a difference. We got a chance at changing the face of America and how our politics is being just manipulated and how the government is ran. We got a chance. And you best believe they're going to try to stop it. But boy, these people are a force to be reckoned with. Let's close with this.
How will we be remembered? Look at the opportunities before us.
This election really isn't about the left versus the right. It's about we, the people, choosing our government and the choice between freedom versus tyranny.
Who else we got on our squad?
Burden like we have. Why are we allowing this to happen to our children? Ultimately, the only thing that will save our country is if we choose to love our kids more than we hate each other.
What is going on here is deeper than politics. It is deeply spiritual. We are being called to rise above the hatred and the fear and the evil.
We need to remember above and beyond that we must love our neighbors, that we must treat other people as we hope to be treated.
You want to be a rebel? You want to be a hippie? You want to stick it to the man? Yeah. Show up on your college campus and try calling yourself a conservative.
America is going to reach heights that it has never seen before. The future is going to be amazing!
Brothers! Don't you want healthy children? Don't you want a president that's going to make America healthy again?
Darn right!
I come to you today as a former Democrat. I will be a first-time Trump voter tonight.
Yeah, man.
The people dreamed this country, and it's the people who are making America great again.
Yeah, man. There you have it, y'all. So, we got a chance at turning this ship around. We got to get out and vote. We got to keep our head on a swivel and keep our eyes open for any shenanigans. I'm sure that the Trump campaign has invested a lot of resources into Overwatch, but you just can't put it past these people. They are desperate, and they know, they see the writing on the wall, man. The movement, the coalition that has come together. I mean, you got folks walking away from that raggedy behind party in droves, and yet there's no way you're going to tell me somehow that this woman who is so unpopular, so superficial, so just robotic, I mean, so unintelligent, there's no way in the world you can tell me that this woman is going to bring the heat tomorrow. I think it's going to be bigger than what the news is saying. And I really do hope that he wins the popular vote. And I hope it's so decisive that they can't even pretend to suggest any shenanigans. That we need to recount all in all. I want it to be like, how you going to recount a 200,000 vote lead? It's not close. I want it to be a smackdown in states that they didn't even expect she was going to lose. That's what I want. I want it to be an embarrassment to show these people what they've done to our country and how our country has vomited them up. I want them to go back and say, I didn't think we were that despised. I didn't think we were that hated. I thought we had, we had rappers and we had actors and stuff, all that. I thought that the people, I want them to see really what is the engine of America. And it ain't these 1%ers, it ain't these movie stars, it ain't all of these people. They don't make America go round and round. We got to show them where the power lies and come out and embarrass these people. I want them to be like, I can't even believe we lost that. We got to rethink everything. And I hope that rethinking means we need to shut our whole raggedy Marxist party down. Period. So God bless y'all. God bless America. There's still time for one or two people out there that's claiming, I was going to go out and vote for Kamala Harris until I saw how raggedy the Democrats are, until I saw these videos of them getting exposed, and I might just change my mind so that I ain't got to be in Kevin's corner about 2 months from now where I'm going, and this dude voted for, I can't even believe that they, yeah. So we'll see. I'll be here tomorrow. Let's see. We're going to be watching a lot of people going to be watching the election results. Let's see. They're probably going, I might come in real brief around 10 after the results are in, or at least they close the polls and get some preliminary numbers. I might, depending on what's going on, I might do a quick brief, live stream to make some remarks about what's going on. But we'll see. Okay, so keep your notification button on. Make sure that you're subscribed and you're still subscribed, because people was just, typing and say, man, I ain't seen you in a while. You never pop up on my feed. And I do a show every night, Monday through Friday, 7 till roughly 9. And unless you hear otherwise, or sometime I might miss, but it'll be because I'm working or something crazy. But this is where you can find me, okay? So God bless y'all. God bless America. Let's get out there tomorrow and do our thing, man. I want it to be a beatdown, y'all. We will see. Don't forget, text MAGA to this number right here, 330-974-4607, to stay in the loop just in case I get disappeared. And you can go ahead and support the channel through my Cash App, PayPal, or you can go ahead and purchase some merch in my Kevin's Corner store. God bless y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Vote, vote, vote. I can't wait. Boy, I tell you. Let them know. Y'all stay. Up north, got a hands round y'all throat. I know you see the ants. Yeah. Take care.